actions planned and our geek hearts thrive. We're the Nerd Herd, loud and proud. Geeking out, we draw a crowd. From cruises to consoles and everything rad, we live in the dream in our nerdy pad. Lightsabers clash and controllers click. Marvel debates and board game tricks. Disney rides and coasters scream. Living life like a nerdy dream. We're the Nerd Herd, loud and proud. Geeking out, we draw a crowd. From cruises to consoles and everything rad, we live in the dream in our nerdy pad.
I'm on time. Welcome to the Nerd Herd podcast. I'm here by myself, and my two co-hosts have jokes. They all have jokes. So here they
Oh, there
are,
I
my
am.
two co-hosts.
Hello,
Oh,
hello,
no,
hello.
The two hosts with the most, Ascalon and Zach Webster.
Woo-hoo.
I knew it was the
Culture.
burning question on everyone's mind. It's always, is Jason here? Is Jason here? Is Jason going to be late? So might as well put Jason up first and answer that
I
question
appreciate
for
that.
everybody.
I appreciate that.
I was still getting
That is
situated, and then I got popped up on the screen. I was like, "Oh, hi, hey."
Hey, everybody. Welcome
Hey,
into
all
the
right, now.
Nerd Herd. Happy Sunday to you all. Hope you're doing well. Look, our man Mike showed up early to greet us today. I'm not sure what time he came in. I didn't get a timestamp on it, but I know it was early. He's at the trail right now because they are open on Sundays. I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday they're open. They may open a weeknight or two closer to Halloween as well. But we know he'll be hitting up #replay probably in the morning unless he gets home and has got full energy, and he'll watch us tonight afterwards. But appreciate you, Mike, always coming in. And we answered your question immediately. Jason was on time tonight.
On time.
And then look who was second in the chat.
G-Dad.
G-Dad was here second in the chat. Got to see him today for the first time in 3 weeks. So that was nice to see G-Dad and my mom. And G-Dad's funny when he's talking about people talking to him in the chat. He's like, I don't know how to talk back. And I'm like, you just type, Dad. You don't have to tag anybody if you don't have to. All right. Scott was in next. Welcome in, Scott. And then Miss Mandy, our neighbor down the road. Welcome in, Miss Mandy. And then Danny D right behind her. Let's see. Then we have Miss Angie coming in. Everybody coming in off of the Sea Leg Journeys raid. Chet was excited because he is getting on a ship in 5 days.
Oh, wow.
So Josie Ann is
5
here.
days? Oh,
Yeah, he's hopping on a cruise on Friday. And what is funny is where we are going for our trail Friday night is in Chet's hometown. So I let him know, a little over a month ago when I found out I'd be going down there that hey, Chet, I'm going to be in your town on this day. And he's like, I'm getting on a cruise that day.
Won't be able to see you.
The timing of that. Miss Cheryl is here. Welcome in, Miss Cheryl. Good to see you. All right. Oh, here's Liz. Liz and Chris coming in. What's going on, Liz? And then there is Chet coming in from his own raid. To be fair, no, Jason was not first. I just made sure to throw him on screen first because I knew that.
No, I was on screen first for sure.
He was definitely on screen first. Double A is in the house. Appreciate you hopping in, Double A. And then there's our co-host. Has to get himself on there. And Jason is on here referring to himself in third person. All right, and for now, that gets me to the bottom of the
Oh
chat.
wow, yeah.
Yeah.
What is going on, fellas?
I'm on fall break finally,
So
so I'm happy about
that is
that.
Zach. Why are we jealous? We just did fall break a week ago, and I'm jealous,
I'm not super jealous,
envious.
but I think if I didn't have this upcoming weekend trip planned, I probably would be. You know,
Yeah, I'm glad mine was after y'all's because, like, I was jealous when y'all were on fall break, but then I was like, I have mine in 2 weeks, so I rather go afterwards. Like, if I had it first, then I'll be sitting here like, oh man, now they're on fall break, and I'm not.
Yep. Now that gets to be us, especially when you start putting out videos later this week, or you decide to go live at like 1:30 in the afternoon.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
if you're awake.
So Zach, we were talking about this before we went on, guys. But if you guys have not seen Zach's latest video that he did from his cruise, from I guess the first day right as you guys got on,
Yep.
like I have to tell you the fever pitch that happened in my house from watching that, because I've never cruised, right?
Mhm.
And so I looked over at my wife while we were watching your video, and I said, "Are you overwhelmed right now? Because I'm really overwhelmed because of all the stuff. Like it didn't look like you were on a ship. It looked like you were in Vegas or."
It is very, very, very much like being in a city. Like that is what Jess compared it to on our first day there because of how big that ship is. Because it's I think currently it's the biggest or the second biggest ship in the world. So there is so much
Is
to
it
see.
the Star? What's it called? The Star?
Yes, Star of the Seas is what we were on, and it was bigger than
Like
Utopia.
the pearl in the center was massive. It was, I don't know. I was a little bit taken back because I don't know, because I've never seen a cruise ship up close. I've seen them in the distance.
Yeah.
I've never been up close, but like, I just want you to know that like my wife's been online all day today and been like, I was like, "What are you doing over there?" She was looking at cruises.
I can't blame her. I mean, because Jess has even said we would hop back on that ship in a second. It was phenomenal. And I appreciate all those of y'all out there that have watched that video. It will be a little while before you see day 2. I'll get to that in a little bit, but we had an incredible time on this cruise. That pearl, my video doesn't do it justice because the inside of that, it is like kinetic art. All of those tiles that you see in there, they're all moving constantly
Wow.
the entire time. And
it looked crazy.
My camera cannot catch it. So it's very impressive. But yeah, there's so much to that ship, and trying to see it all and do it all it's impossible. I mean, even within a week.
Your DJI? Were you using your DJI or your phone?
I used a little bit of both. I ended up using my phone more. I've actually, especially in doing the haunt stuff where it's been darker lately, it's sad to me how much better my iPhone is at getting video in the dark than my Pocket 2.
Yeah.
And my Pocket 2 gives me so many headaches with certain things that the only headache I really get with my phone is the fact that I don't have a great gimbal to hold it. Because the gimbal that I do have is gigantic, and I wouldn't want to.
What phone do you have? What phone do you have right now?
I think it's a 13 Pro. So I mean, it's not the newest by any means. So I'm sure
it has some stabilization in it. It has some.
Yeah. Oh, it does. But I mean, I just the fact that I'm holding it. I'm holding it manually.
When we were at Southern Fried Gaming Expo, did you see the little gimbal that I had that looked like a gun like
Yes.
grip?
Yes.
That works pretty well for me. Like I'm pretty steady with it. And I like it too. It's small, compact. I just pop it around the phone, and I'm good to go.
Another thing too, Zach, you can look at
what I'm looking at right now.
For a second.
What I'm looking at right now is what Drew from the Taste Buzz had at Sir Henry's. I had him send me his whole get up, because if you see it, it's incredible what all he had. Now he had a place, he had a DJI 3. He had that, but he had a place you could mount your phone on it. He had a place you could mount your light on it. And I'm like, that would just make my life so much easier if I'm holding one thing and it's got my light and it's got my phone until I'm able to upgrade to a DJI-3, and then I wouldn't necessarily need my phone, but it was all encompassing. So I'm going to try and see if I can get myself something before I go down to Florida this week, since I know I'm going to be doing, 2 haunts, and I can film. I did my research. Obviously I can film at the Terror Trail because that's a media night. And then Saturday night at Howl-O-Scream, I can film everywhere. I can film in houses there too. So it'll be beneficial if I can get something to hold rather than holding my camera with one hand and my light with the other. I promise y'all, I did not kick Jason off.
Yeah. Jason went bye-bye.
Hopefully,
I have a DJI one of the ones that swivels. Like you can you press like the little thing on the gimbal and you can turn it and stuff, but it doesn't work well with my latest phone case. So like it seems like it likes bulkier phones, and so like mine doesn't stay in there very well. So that's why I got the little grip one. But I really want that 3. Is that the one you have, Jason?
Yeah, I've got the newest one.
Yeah,
but
I like that
It does
one.
okay in low light. But the thing that I don't like about it is that I was in I did a slow-mo video, I guess, at some point when I was at Universal, and I forgot I was on slow-mo. And then once I realized it, I was like, how many videos did I do in
Oh.
slow-mo? Yeah.
I've done that before when I haven't realized it, and I've been in cinematic, or I've been in slow-mo, or I've been in panorama mode. Like it's so easy to just have a finger slip and go somewhere else.
Yeah, I think that's the thing's frustrating.
I love that this is the go-to joke on the show, especially early in the show. Jason was not late, Dustin. In fact, I put him up on the screen first today so that everybody could see that he was here on time. All right. Okay. Double A, what are you talking about here? I am still working the wheels of steel. What wheels of steel? That one,
Superman car or something.
probably something going over my head. Jaden is here. Welcome in, Jaden. Angie's here. I don't know if I said hey, Angie, or not, but hello. I don't think Dustin's on a cruise. I think he's on a cruise in like 2 weeks. Keisha's here. Welcome in, Miss Keisha. Glad to see you. Oh, Angie's got a 30-day countdown to a cruise. Mandy has a 40-day countdown. Goodness gracious.
A lot of people going on cruises.
Everybody going on cruises. It's going to make you get the bug. Look, Dustin says DJI gimbals are hit or miss. That's what I've heard too.
I mean, I like the one that I can swivel, but it just won't hold my phone when I have a certain case on it.
Hey, Miss Vicky, welcome in. Oh, and CCA says they have the DJI gimbal too, and it's too heavy. See, and I can see
Take
that.
a guess how many gimbals I have, Zach.
8.
Take a guess.
8. Because you need like 3, and you probably have 8. How many?
Hold on, let me show you this.
Wouldn't you have to show it?
I know he has the little stand one too that he had at when we were doing the live stream at Southern Fried. And then he let me borrow one too, so he had 2 there. See, I thought about getting one of the big mounts, but I'm like,
Danny is really surprised
You have to
Jason was
have
on
that
top.
when you use a bigger camera, you have
the
to have
DSLRs, yeah. I just don't feel like lugging my DSLR around. I feel like I'm gonna break it if I have it in an amusement park or something like that.
This is what Double A meant by the wheels of steel. That is very much. I am still in control, even though Jason was on. If we let Jason take the reins for a night, I don't know what would happen to our show. We would have 12 shows at the rate that Jason does things. Because he can't have just one of anything. He's got to have 12 or 14.
I have one wife. One wife.
This is true. Okay, and one son, one
Well,
wife, one.
This is true.
It's some
Eh,
things to
yeah.
take in moderation.
Yes.
Oh goodness. Well, I have a couple of pieces of theme park news that I wanted to get y'all's opinions on here tonight. One, I know for a fact y'all are going to be familiar with and have opinions on. The second, you might not be so familiar with or have heard. But as I know the two of you know, and I am sure some folks in our community are familiar with, but not everybody, there has been some controversy over the last 3 weeks or so with Stardust Racers
yeah.
at Universal
Oh my gosh,
New
yeah.
Epic Universe. And for those of us in the theme park community, it's been a hot topic. For those of you that do not know, a young man passed away on the ride. He died while riding it, and he himself was handicapped. Initially, he was wheelchair bound, and he had to be transferred from his wheelchair to the seat. And I believe they said the cause of death was essentially blunt force injuries.
And he had ridden it like multiple times in a row too, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Correct. It
Yeah.
was not just once. I mean, it's an insane story. But the news, if you haven't heard, is that it is reopened. They have already, I mean, this is fresh news still. And they went ahead and reopened this weekend or next weekend.
I was wondering because I knew they were closed, obviously the day after it happened, but I didn't know how long they were going to be closed.
It has been indefinitely closed until now. But here is the other bit of news that's kind of sliding under the radar that I don't know if I'm in agreement with or not for Universal. But what they have now said is that if you are wheelchair bound, if you are in need of a wheelchair, you have to be able to take a couple steps to get on the ride. In other words, you will not be transferred anymore from your chair to the ride vehicle.
What does that have to do with it? Anyways, I'll let you finish first.
Exactly. I don't know what it has to do with it, but there's a large population again that's not going to be able to ride this ride because they can't take more than maybe even one step out of their wheelchair. We're lucky in the fact that Chad could walk a football field if he needed to get on there and be fine, because his is a special case where he's not wheelchair bound, but people that are wheelchair bound, that's a non-starter.
Yeah.
Well, my question is this in the whole thing is that, and I don't want to see the video, but I'm sure there's video that they had
there is
to go once he passed out or whatever happened. Did he have zero? Because he had, some people don't have that. If they're paralyzed from the waist down or from a certain area down, is there I have no idea, but is there are they more apt to fold over, so to speak, and hit things that most of us would not hit if
they're not able to steady themselves.
I don't know the answers to that, but at the same time, I don't know what the solution is for things like that, because I don't think you do not exclude that population out. That's not what we do, but maybe there has to be a safer way to ensure that. I don't know. Is that something that has like a harness of some sort for people that may possibly need that? I don't know the answer to that.
Or you have a special one. You have one special train that has a handicap harness.
I'm really surprised that one doesn't have an overhead. I mean, I know it doesn't go upside down, but the speed that it goes and stuff.
Jess thought that too, and that was way before any of this happened. It was when we were riding it.
Like it's smooth, but also it jerks you some too. And I think that's because you just have the lap bar.
And I think
Well, there's crazy because Zach, you remember the ride how you know how you get that when you go over a hill and it kind of raises you up and goes like that?
yeah,
It kind of goes up and then it goes down really quickly. Okay,
Yeah.
I would imagine, like me and Sarah were talking about this, is that I could imagine that whipping of hitting a dip and then going forward really fast. That because I remember feeling myself come up out of my seat and then going forward and then pushing myself back. But if I had lost consciousness, there's no way
no
I
telling
could
how many
imagine.
times you've been whipped around
Yeah.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wondered if that's what happened with him.
Yeah.
I haven't looked too deeply into the story. I just, I knew that it had happened, and it was blunt force trauma that was the cause of death. But
Now,
yeah,
I,
maybe
Well,
he
let me
couldn't
ask you this.
steady
Let me ask y'all
himself. I don't
this.
know.
Let me ask y'all this. You know, I had where I passed out at ET. We were getting close to the ride area where you get on. What if I'd have had my episode while I was actually on the ride?
Yeah.
There's not a lot that holds you in that ride.
Oh
I
no.
mean, you're holding
no,
on to
you got a little
So-
seatbelt and that's it. Or you've got that
So
thing
I
that
You got
worried.
the bar that comes down. Yeah.
I worried. I was like, what if I had that episode during that ride? That would have been really bad.
Yeah, you
Really
could be
bad.
talking, and I'm sure that they made this call for liability reasons. I'm
Oh,
100%.
for sure.
Yeah.
But my hope is personally that this is a Band-Aid moment. Like we're making this call for now, and we're working on a longer term solution. So
Like some
that,
sort of new harness or
yes,
something.
so that
Gotta be. There's gotta be.
because my
Because-
first thought, and it's not an even comparison by any means, but my first thought when I heard about it was the Georgia Scorcher at Six Flags, and the reason I say that is because there is not a handy capable entrance to Georgia Scorcher. There's steps at the end, and they normally tell you to go through the exit. You can't in a wheelchair. You can't go through the exit of Georgia Scorcher because there's steps down and up, and there's no true handicap path at the entrance to go in either.
Yep.
And before I've never thought about these ADA things before Chad needed to be in a wheelchair at these parks.
Did he need that on the cruise? Did he need his chair on the
No,
cruise? Some?
we didn't even take it with us. That's how we're like.
Well, I'm sure they had one there if you needed it, right?
Yeah,
They would
but
have had one there.
we're incredibly proud, and we've told him that. Not that it's anything of his doing, but like when we were on Utopia last year, if we were walking across a deck from forward to aft or aft to forward, he would have to take a break and sit down before we could finish walking. He didn't do that one time the entire crew, and we were all over the ship all day long, every day.
Can I embarrass you a second, Zach?
Yeah.
It's not embarrassing actually, as you saw it too, but I'm gonna try not to get emotional about it, but like something that really made me have a lot of I had a lot of respect for you.
For me?
When we were when we were
Okay,
at
what did I do?
So I'm not gonna get emotional. I'm trying not to. But when Chad was tired and we were in the parking garage, I'm not gonna get emotional. I'm not.
Oh yeah. Okay. I thought you were talking about the cruise video because I was like, I haven't seen that one yet. I gotta get caught up on it tomorrow.
But,
But,
Are you talking about when I gave him a piggyback ride up the
Yeah,
stairs?
yeah.
Southern
It got me
Pride,
kind of. You got me, bro. It got me that day. It got me pretty good, and then afterwards it got me. And just trying to talk about it right now got me a little bit.
It's just my life, man. I'm just used to
But
it.
But I know you are. But nobody has seen you do that. But like maybe me and as another, like nobody sees that. That's huge, dude. I mean, like I know you're a good daddy. I know you are. But like that to me was like.
I'm just lucky he doesn't weigh a whole lot. and I can do that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what it has, but you saw it too.
Yeah.
And you and I were just kind of like, I thought this is who Zach is. Like,
did you go up the steps with him?
Yeah.
We walked up the steps. So yeah, you still got to work out in no matter how much he weighs.
So I was thinking, what am I doing? I should just sit down here and wait and let Zach carry me up.
Yeah, I could carry y'all. There's the difference. I will say back to my Scorcher point, but like I thought about it, and at first I was kind of angry, but I was like, they don't expect people that are wheelchair bound to ride this ride because it's a stand-up
Yeah,
coaster.
you have to stand essentially.
For those of y'all that don't know, the Georgia Scorcher, it's one of those that you are standing up. You're like straddling, a seat, but
Yeah,
feet
you
are on the
kind
ground.
of semi-sit depending on how long your legs are, but yeah, you're pretty much standing up.
And I was like, well, okay, it does make sense, but then it still hurts folks like Chad. And I mean, the workers, again, if I've said it once, I've said it a million times this year. The customer service at Six Flags is much better than it has been in years. And the workers of this ride were no exception and went above and beyond probably what they needed to do to help accommodate us with storing this chair and stuff like that. But yeah, it was great. So let's see real quick before we move on. We've had more people.
Aren't they supposed to have stuff like that though? Like
They are.
like
They
allowed?
are. Yeah. And I mean, they do have, again, they'll say their signage is wrong and you're supposed to go through the fast pass entrance and stuff. But like even the places for you to stand and wait in line in the queue aren't wide enough.
Yeah, it's supposed to be what, like 3 feet or whatever.
But you got to think of how long that coaster has been there too. It's not new. And
That is
a lot of
true.
the ADA laws and regulations have been updated from when that coaster came about. But across the board, Six Flags ADA is fantastic. And I've seen it firsthand over the last 3 years. And, I've reported on it in videos. But yeah, I will say this though, on the note about Chad, I'm mildly concerned for this Friday night with the Terror Trail because it is one long trail. Like it's one trail that has multiple haunts along your way, but like you are walking over a mile.
Oh, wow.
For the duration of this trail. And while Chad does do wheelchairs, and I'll bring the wheelchair, he won't do it through a haunt. He does not want to be in a wheelchair, and he wants to walk through a haunt.
Yeah.
So like Saturday, we're going to Busch Gardens. So I'll bring the wheelchair there to push him around from the houses to like I did at Fright Fest. But yep, Danny called you out there. So Roxy popped in. Kevin popped in from Tuber Chat. Welcome in, buddy. I see some of y'all saying that crazy story of what happened with Stardust Racers. Miss Najuma came in. Welcome in.
I do have to say really quick with Stardust Racers too, since I rode it twice, and I don't know if you guys noticed this, the back sucks. It's like worse in the back. Like the first time we rode, I can't remember the yellow or the green side. The one on the left, you board from the left side.
Yeah.
We rode that one first, and then we rode the other one later. And it was a lot better, the other one, because we were more in the middle. We weren't in towards the back. But the back on that ride is oof. So I wonder where he was sitting too. I just thought about that.
That's what I've got a question, because we rode one about midway up or a little bit, and then one in the back. The one in the back, I thought I was going to get slung out.
Yeah. Like I was like, Zach and Jason said this was a good ride. I was like, it was pretty cool, but that was our first ride too for the day. And Dixie and I both was like, oh my goodness. And Dixie felt like for a second that she had to puke a little bit, and she normally doesn't feel that way on roller coasters. So I was like, I'm hoping that's better when we ride the other side. And it was a lot better, and I enjoyed it, but I was just like,
yeah, we loved it. Look, G-Dad, I'm okay as long as they let blind people ride it. As if G-Dad would ride one of these. I mean, let's be for real. Dustin, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Let's see. Yoda made it in. Welcome in, Yoda. Good to see you.
Oh, it looks like Jesus, not Yoda.
You're in your third. Yoda is in your third week in the hospital, man. Send him prayers, man. That's awful.
Oh man.
Hope you feel better, man. That's awful.
Absolutely.
We'll definitely keep you in our prayers here. All three of us, for sure. All right, let me turn y'all's attention to another bit of theme park news. And I had not heard about this at all until this weekend, and this is going to be a better conversation. So, back to Six Flags, but this time not Six Flags over Georgia. Six Flags, I believe Six Flags Texas. Let me find it real quick because I made some notes on it. I got to find where I put my notes on it. But I've got a picture to show you guys with this as well. Six Flags over Texas. Okay. They are developing a new coaster opening up next year called Tormenta Rampaging Run. Okay. Let me show y'all a clip of this.
I'm already Googling it.
You don't have to Google it. I'm going to give you a look at this. Okay. This is the coaster.
Goodness.
Okay. They are calling it a Giga coaster. And I had never heard the term Giga coaster before. I'll leave it on the screen so folks can see it. I've never heard of this, so I had to look up what a Giga coaster is. It is going to be the first of its kind in the world. A Giga coaster is any coaster that reaches anywhere between 300 to 399 feet in height and has any sort of vertical drop. Okay?
No way.
Listen to the stats on this monstrosity, okay? It has multiple records. It has a height of around 309 feet, a top speed of 87 miles per hour.
No, thank you.
It will be the longest coaster in the world when it opens. And that nice little vertical drop that you see there before it goes into the loop is a beyond 95 degrees vertical drop
Yes.
that you are falling from.
That thing looks like something someone made on the video game coaster. Whatever.
Like-
Yeah, like a roller coaster
This is-
tycoon or
This
something.
is one of those Planet Coaster deals that's going to fling people off left, right, and center.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yes.
I have
This looks
never-
like something. Yeah. This looks scary.
Yeah, that
This-
first drop looks
and
crazy.
This is
80
real now.
you
This
said
is not fake
85?
crap.
This is
real.
not fake. Swear. This is legit. It
This
is
isn't
coming.
like Goon Lagoon. This is like what's the thing that what's the name's doing? The Goon Lagoon.
What Goon Lagoon? What are you talking about?
What's the new thing that everybody's posting on that what's the name took over this theme park? The Goob Lagoon or whatever, Queso.
What
you seen-
Ascalon would know. He knows
He's a video
Queso.
gamer. You know who Queso is, don't you?
Yeah, I know who
Zach?
Queso
Yeah.
is. He's been doing
Well,
Water
he-
Park Simulator like me, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
but he called it Goob Lagoon or something.
Yeah, I think that's the
he's
name
had
of his
all these-
water park in the game.
he's had
Yeah,
all
because
these-
he's playing through
He's
Water
had
Park
all these,
Simulator.
yeah, he's had all these famous people get on there and pretend like they're doing reviews about his Goob Lagoon. And have you not
That's
seen that? It's
hilarious.
like everybody, like Tony Hawk, everybody's going there. And
I
it's like,
haven't seen
I
that.
don't
That's
know.
cool.
yeah, they're like the hot dogs are bad, and yes, I did get staph infection from blah blah blah, but overall, I mean, it's really funny.
Yeah, that's crazy because I think, I don't think I've ever been on a roller coaster that's 80 something that can go top
I won't
speed
ride
80
that
something.
one.
87. Like I'm thinking stuff in the 60s.
Yeah, I was about to say I've seen like
already.
early 60s.
Shoot,
How fast
that's
does
crazy.
Velocicoaster get to?
Chad
Probably.
has a shirt with the speed on it, but it's not 87.
Yeah. Let me see. I know Stardust
What
Racers
about
is
that-
like
that or-
62.
Is it 62?
Well,
That's
I
true.
used to feel like you were flying in the outdoor section of Test Track.
Yeah.
And I can't get over the fact that you're only going 45 miles an
Yeah.
hour.
Velocicoaster, the second launch takes you up to 70 miles per hour.
So still, you're going 20 miles an hour faster than that.
That is crazy. I don't even know if I can handle that one.
I don't think yeah, because the launch of the Hulk one time almost made me black out. Like I remember roar. And I
Oh,
was
Yeah,
like-
no.
I told my wife,
I've blacked out for a second on the Hulk once before.
I do it every time on the. I call it brown out because of the fact that I don't go completely out. I'll go out and come right back.
Yeah, that happened to me once.
but it happens every time I ride the Hulk and
Oh,
every
wow.
time I ride Goliath
Oh,
at
really?
Six Flags. It's the G forces.
Yeah.
It's the G forces that make you do it.
I work on my breathing. I do some breathing before that ride.
Well, I've learned to like on the Hulk, I have to make sure I sit all the way back, make sure I'm not leaning. Because if I lean, like,
Well,
yeah, there was one time we were going down a drop. It wasn't even the first one. It was towards the end. And yeah, I blacked out for a second. I was like, well, when I told Dixie about it, and she was like, that's pretty scary. And I was
well,
like,
I'll
I don't
tell
even
you,
know why.
I firmly believe that's why they have the fog and the little bit of wetness you get when you do on the ride, because
Yeah.
that's what brings me back every single time. That is the
Wow.
wake up call that keeps me
Yeah.
from going completely out. And I think that it's strategically there for us old people that do
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's one I'm gonna avoid. But I was telling Zach before the show started that because of your cruise thing. Now my wife did say she did not want to do a cruise with younger kids. Maybe do like an adult kind of more adult cruise when we do our first one. But I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I saw of your stuff. I mean, it looked like even though there were kids, it wasn't like overran with
It
kids.
was not. It was not. And not to mention like kids Ty's age, the kids area, the Adventure Ocean area is so inviting for all the activities and things they have to do there. Like Ty ran the ship. That's a joke we have because we hardly ever saw him because he never wanted to leave. And I mean, we Chad never left our side because that's
That's funny.
I will say that's what hurt. The teen club was not open if we were in port. So if we were in port, he had nothing to do. Like the workers weren't there. He could go in there and he could chill and he could watch the TVs, but like the console games and the planned activities, they didn't have them if we were in port and docked. So but he enjoyed like the trivias that we went and did a lot of, like that's his thing anyway, like me. So, but yeah, it was not overrun with kids at all.
Did you ever sleep with your window on your room open?
No, we didn't. The air would cut off if we did. And we wouldn't want that, not to mention waking up and having that come through, like the sun and stuff coming through. So I will say I saw everybody in the chat basically saying, nope, never in a million years would they ever ride that ride. And then folks talking about hold on, I got to find Chet's comment because it made me crack out. Up here it is. Brownout leaves residual in your drawers.
Oh, we made it the turd herd now.
The different kind of brownout than what I'm talking about, but that too, it could
that might happen too, though.
Yeah, you got to find G-Dad's comment later too about that.
Well, I see everybody saying G-Dad LOL. Here it is. G-Dad putting a potassium on the screen thanks to G-Dad. How roller coaster have to pass out diapers. And then Miss Jen giving a super chat. Not a chance would Jen write it. Jen, you love it dangerously though. But thank you, Jen. Hold on. Let me break out my thank you here. Hold on. I gotta find it. I think this is.
Yes, sir.
Super chat featuring Mandy. Look, and then here we go. Poop Coaster. That's the next Netflix documentary, folks. We've done Poop Cruise. Next is Poop Coaster.
Yes.
Brownout. Cheddar absolutely hated it. Cheddar ran away.
I saw his tail at one point.
He ran away when I played that. He did not like that at all.
Cheddar is not better when that comes on.
Look, Scott. Scott, love those super chats. I do too, Scott. Thank you for making them.
Yes. Super chats he did a great job.
So the only other theme park news that I have seen, because I've been trying to read up and see what I've missed, not to mention the whole Stardust Racers thing that has me constantly checking stuff is we are getting the new thing. The new thing are VR theme parks.
Oh,
And I'm not a fan right now.
hear about that.
It's mainly in New England. Like I know Maine has one.
Because they're too cold most of the year to go to theme parks.
Correct.
It's too
And
cold outside.
Yeah.
Connecticut is another that's getting one soon. But man, like I'm the VR, it's cool, but I wouldn't want to do everything in VR.
No, have you
No.
done the zombie shooting thing, like where you
Yes,
wear the
yes.
headsets and you're fighting?
Yes, I enjoy
That's a
that.
lot of fun, but I couldn't do stuff where you're like riding rides.
I
and
can
all
only
that,
do
but I
it in
wouldn't like
small
that.
doses too. Like, yeah.
It'd probably make me throw up.
But
More than
here,
likely.
look,
It would be
Dixie, Dixie's right on here.
The VR.
Oh yeah.
VR equals motion sickness. Jess can't do it. It makes her feel claustrophobic. Like, and she's not a claustrophobic person, but it doesn't matter like
Yeah.
what kind of VR it is. She puts on the headset and she's freaking out. Just
How was that ride, or the Mario? Was that okay for her?
Yeah, she didn't have any
Yeah.
issues with that, and I think it's because I mean it's like you're wearing glasses. You're wearing a visor and it's glasses, and you can see through it. So it's not like
Yeah.
you're fully enclosed. It's not like you're wearing a blackout helmet, which is what most of these feel like.
Speaking of VR, these glasses, Ray-Ban, and some have already started trying to up the game, and I don't really like it. They've got actually video in the bottom right hand corner of one of the eyepieces where you can actually see things, and I like the way these work. I don't know that I'd want video in my eye that close doing that. That
Yeah.
would be kind of odd. I saw somebody do a video, but we had 2 more super chats come through.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
One, I think one on mine and maybe one on Ascalon's channel or Jason's. I'm not sure where the other one is.
Yeah,
but
there's one on mine.
both are from Liz.
Yeah.
It's funny that it basically it tells us what it is, but it's
Yeah.
a
You
sticker.
can see it on the actual on YouTube.
So let
That's
me
cool.
let me play our other thank you. And Liz had to throw out that I have great VR sunglasses. That's what my sunglasses remind her of.
Oh, the ones with the blue lenses. that
Yes,
you wear?
yeah, and I love those because those are my Red Bull sunglasses that I got with my Red Bull certificate from winning the Madden
I
tournament.
thought that's where those were from.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because that's what was crazy. Everything was sponsored by Red Bull, so they
Yeah.
gave you a Red Bull certificate, but all the stuff you could buy is like Red Bull racing gears.
Yeah.
It's stuff. And like I don't watch that, but then they had sunglasses, and I was like, this is what I'm getting. Because Lord knows I always go through sunglasses, but these have lasted me a while.
That's awesome.
So,
So I have one theme park thing
alrighty.
before we bounce away from theme parks, or I didn't know if Jason was going to share more about HHN tonight, but so the Lost Continent, they're retheming that at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure, and they're closing down Mythos, which is one of my favorite restaurants there, so I'm upset about that. But I've been hearing rumors about what it could possibly go there, and I keep hearing Nintendo stuff, but I don't think Nintendo wants any other IPs to go there if it's not in Epic Universe. Like I've heard Zelda as a possibility, and then what was the other one? I can't remember the other one that I've heard.
If it's me, the other one you've heard is Pokemon.
Yes, there you go.
I feel like they have Pokemon earmarked for Simpsons, and that's what's going to happen to Simpsons
You think
Land.
so? So you think Nintendo is going to allow them to put IPs outside of Epic Universe, like in?
I think Pokemon's its own separate entity. I don't think it's
That
a
is true.
Nintendo-owned thing. So,
Yeah.
but I do think we're getting Zelda. I do think it'll be the expansion at Epic, though. I do not think it will be the island.
That's such a big area, man. I hope that whatever they put there, it flows really well. Like, I don't know, like it's such a big area.
Yeah, I was trying to
don't know.
think what they could put there. That would be really cool. Like I was trying to think of some awesome. I mean, obviously I don't work for them, so I'm not in control of that. But
Blue sky ideas, my friend.
I mean, Zelda would look cool there, but I feel like they would want a bigger area, a slightly bigger area for something like Zelda. I don't know.
If it was me, and again, this is just me, I don't make it an IP.
Yeah,
No, I create my own world with it, and again, I thought Lost Continent was great, but I mean,
yeah,
you're talking to a guy who Poseidon's Fury was like his favorite thing to do.
I
And
love Poseidon's Fury too.
so I was
I
very.
know all my friends are like, that's so cheesy, but I loved it.
It's
Yeah,
great.
it's
I got
cool.
the farewell shirt. Like I wear that shirt proudly, because and Dixie, you're 100% right.
They got
And
Dark Universe now, so
they do have Dark Universe, so I don't think they're going to put anything like that in Islands. I think anything scary will be with the rest of the Universal monsters. But
One
it's a
time I was
huge
hoping they
area.
were going to do something. Yeah, with
But
like, I mean,
think about how long the Voyage of Sinbad theater has been empty, and
yeah.
they've been fine with that. So I don't know. They may leave that land empty for a while, or they might already have an idea that we just haven't heard about yet.
I
Yeah, I've
wouldn't
been
mind if they
trying to
even
think like
expanded
what could be
Harry
something
Potter.
cool that would go there. They could expand the Jurassic World area.
They
I don't
could
know.
make it a Jurassic
I
World,
was just kind of thinking like
or
what's already there without having to completely retheme,
or as Jason said, they could expand Potter.
Yeah, that's true too.
Not that they need
I mean,
to.
Harry
but-
Potter saved Universal. Harry
But
Potter
I don't.
saved
I'm trying to think
Universal
like what they
and
would put there because they already have Hogsmeade, and then you have Diagon Alley at the regular Universal, and then now you have the French Ministry thing. Unless they do Azkaban, that would be kind of cool. I don't know what else they could possibly do from Harry Potter though that would stand out, unless they do the Star Wars approach and create a new, Harry
Would-
Potter world or
would not
location.
complain. Hey, I would not complain if they did that with Jurassic Park, and
Yeah.
because Jurassic, every time you turn around, it's a new island that we're talking about. It doesn't all have to be Isla Nublar. It can be something else.
Oh, Godric's Hollow could work.
Hollow, ooh, that would actually.
That's
I
a good
like that a
idea.
lot.
That would actually work out pretty well. You can like, they can kind of do the Floo powder type thing going from Hogsmeade to Godric's Hollow. That would work out really well.
Oh, look, Dixie had another good idea too. Shrieking Shack, but not only could you have the
Absolutely.
Shrieking Shack, that gives you a perfect opportunity to put in the Whomping Willow too,
Yeah.
or like
I mean,
like she just said,
just
the Forbidden
imagine-
Forest. Yeah,
Yeah.
If the Forbidden Forest would be cool, but imagine inside the cave, the island out in the ocean where he went to retrieve the Horcrux, like
Yeah.
going out and having to go
Oh,
through
that's
that
cool,
with all the
too.
water on the boats.
hey, let me tell you, $1 million idea that'll never happen is that right there.
Like,
They will not.
yeah.
That's a
They
good
will
one though.
not put a water park or a water land.
Or a water ride where you go underneath the lake and you see the mermaids and stuff like that, like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea used to be, or something like that at Disney. That would be
Yeah.
interesting. So okay, there's some stuff then
I feel like
besides
they missed.
Azkaban that they could do.
But Jason, before we got on the air, and it was while you were having difficulty, so I don't know if you heard me, but I wanted you to talk about HHN. I wanted to hear your thoughts and opinions because we've already heard Ascalon's, and I feel like last week we all got caught up in your emergency situation, and rightfully so, and we didn't get to spend any time hearing your thoughts and stuff on HH. And I love hearing it because I know you're going to mess up every single name in the world. So
Yes,
Didn't he write them down this time?
yes,
hold on. Before we do,
I know. So,
y'all, hold on. Before we do, two things real quick. First, Dustin, yes, Universal, hire us. We're here. Second, Ron is here. Ron is apparently running on Jason time, but Ron is here. And
Yeah.
then how could I mean, come on. I mean, are you kidding me, G-Dad? Okay. All right. So HHN, Jason.
Yeah. Okay. So I would say first and foremost that I think the best one. I really like that El Artista. I really liked El Artista. that ended up being like one of my top ones. I think I was really shocked that that was like one that I thought was going to be kind of lame because of the name, but it was
Yeah.
really really good.
I love their
Terrifier was
non-IP
just
ones a lot of times.
Terrifier was just gross. Terrifier was just gross and got gory. But I do have to tell you a funny story about that. I always go in front of the line, and you know the black curtains. So if you ever go with me, I always push the curtains out, and then whoever's behind me gets whacked in the face with the curtains. So it's always it was Jesse the whole time. I like hold on to whatever we're going out, and he'll be like, and then everything just falls in front of his face right when you're about to get scared. But the funny part is this, Jesse, you know the intestines they had in the Terrifier. There's these hanging intestines,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I had just hit Jesse in the face with like this flap or whatever, and there was these intestines hanging down when we walked through this other one, and I went to laugh at him. I turned my face and I had my mouth open laughing, and Jesse had taken that intestine and he was going to hit me in the face with it, and it went in my mouth. He put that thing and it rattled in my mouth.
Wow.
Oh yeah. So anyway, so Terrifier was just gross. It had all the stinky stuff, crazy, horrible. I felt
How
like
wet did you
Fallout
get
was.
in the splash area?
Well, I went through splash area. I did go through splash area,
How was
and
it?
I didn't. Well, you could see where it was coming from, so you could avoid it. Now, if you
Okay.
walked right through it, knowing where it was coming down, you could get soaked. But I just got one of my arms wet, but you could avoid it. And then I felt like Fallout was kind of just it was kind
Yeah.
of lame. It was
That one's
okay. It
not
wasn't.
even scary to begin with.
No,
So I was
I didn't
like,
think that was scary. Five Nights at Freddy's was okay. It was
I
okay.
like, the animatronics, and I like when you first walk in, it's like you're walking into the restaurant. That was cool, but
Yeah.
yeah, the game is just so different. Like it's hard to make a movie or the house as scary as like the game is.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought Jason was really good. It was really dark. That one was really good.
That
I
one reminded
really
us,
enjoyed it.
Zach, of the Halloween one.
Okay, the
I
Michael
Um,
felt
Myers.
like it was
yeah,
it didn't you think it was long too? It was kind of a
it was
longer
pretty long. Yeah,
house.
because it was in the Fast and the Furious, that duel one, right?
Yep.
Was that where
Yep.
Jason
Yep.
was? Yeah.
Yep.
So it was 2 parts instead of 2 houses. It's split.
Yes.
So yeah, that one was long. The second half was the best part of that one.
The WWE one was okay. I mean, I I know this is horrible. I told Jesse, I was like, I feel like that one was I just didn't really know that story as
Yeah,
well
that's
to
how I
really
felt.
one way or the other. And then I was thinking in the back of my mind, are we gonna see like zombie wrestlers and all that stuff? And I thought, are they gonna bring like, some old wrestlers that are no longer with us out, which I thought would have been probably bad timing, but probably could have been a cool thing too.
Well, because one
But
of
like I
the
said,
the whole thing with that wrestling thing, didn't one of the wrestlers pass away that was a
Yes,
part of that or associated with that
yeah,
group?
Bray
Okay.
Wyatt, who started it all,
Oh, okay.
passed away, and this new group that the house is based off of are basically kind of
um,
carrying on the
Like his
legacy in
legacy.
his memory.
Okay.
So
one
it's
that I did
paying
not know
homage.
about,
What
Hatchet
was
and Chains was pretty good. I did like Hatchets and
Yeah,
Chains.
I was
I
kind
thought
of
it was pretty
okay
decent.
with that one, but that one
Oh no,
that one
wait.
was
Or
interesting.
was it Grave of Flesh? It might have been Grave of Flesh that I liked.
Okay. Did you know
Grave
the
of
Hatchet and
Flesh.
Chains one was based on that Slaughter Cinema
Yep.
from, was that a year ago or 2, where it had the
Yeah.
different small like movies within the house and
Yeah.
you walk through different movies essentially. It was one of those, and
Oh
so
yeah.
they brought it back as a house. But yeah, I wish that one was better.
Look at Dixie
Yep.
talking like the children.
It
Yeah.
was
It
mid.
was Hatchet and Chains was mid, but now here's the thing too. I've noticed with these houses, if you go through as they're switching people out, it makes a huge difference because
You're
we
getting
were
a
going
fresh
through one.
cast.
I felt like we went through one and there were some places where people you would normally get scared and there was no one
They
there.
weren't there.
And then I was like, okay. And then but then we were like, when we went outside, I saw one of the houses switching actors out, and I thought, could that have been a situation? Because there were a lot of places, and one of the like Dolls Play Dead, that one, I felt like there were a lot of the biggest scare there was at the very beginning, and then it was just kind of mid, like Dixie said, it was very mid. Galkin was oh yeah, yeah, he's probably is
Knowing
a little bit creepy.
HHN, that's probably intentional.
Yes, Galkin was one of my top
Oh,
I
really?
liked Galkin a lot. Monsters of the North, I really enjoyed. It was super cold in there, which I appreciated
I
because
like
it was
what they were
hot.
going for. I didn't fully get the story of that one when I went through.
Yeah,
And Dixie and I kind of talked about it later, and Dixie kind of explained some stuff that she noticed. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But
yeah,
I was hoping that one would be better because I like kind of stuff based on like that Viking type mythology or like, I'm trying to think because it had like some Viking type stuff, but it had some
yeah.
other influences in there too. I don't know, like ancient. I can't think of another word to describe it, like kind of stuff like that. So
But yeah,
I'm gonna
Terrifier
be
was stinky. When you went through the bathrooms in Terrifier, disgusting. Ah, disgusting. Just just liquid poo, just gross.
yeah,
I'm not big on like that type of a smell. I don't know. And there was and one of the areas smelled like the drink that we had at Dark the Dark Universe. That one I told you
Dogmore.
tasted like, oh God. I don't know. I'm not big on gross smell stuff. I mean, I don't know. It was that was kind of gross to me, but oh yeah, the bathroom
Bathrooms.
smelled like a gas station. Yes. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah.
All you need to know. That's what a
Yeah.
bathroom
But no,
smells
I
like.
thought I was surprised you didn't like it a little bit more, Ascalon. I
yeah.
actually did enjoy it. But there were less houses that I was let down this time than I guess a few times ago when I went. It was like when they had the killer clowns from outer space. I forget which one that one was. That one
I
had a
didn't go to
lot
that
of
one.
just horrible houses. I didn't like that one very much.
Yeah,
That might have been
Dixie and I kind of talked about it afterwards, and Dixie was wondering since we've gone, what this was 4 years in a row, I think now. Yeah,
yeah,
like if we kind of got a little desensitized to it. I don't know,
yeah,
but the first 3 years I've gone, I've had at least, like I've said, two or three that just really stood out to me. And I
yeah,
enjoyed all of these. Don't get me wrong, but this year I didn't really, other than the El Artista one, I didn't really feel that. I don't know.
yeah.
It almost makes me feel.
I like the roaming chainsaws. I enjoyed that. I like
Yeah.
the
Oh
people
yeah.
walking
Out in
around with the
the scare
chainsaws. I like
zones.
that.
Well, I want to hear what Zach was going to say first, and I want to get your opinion about the scare zones because I
Oh,
actually like some of the scare zones better than the houses.
I was
Yeah,
just going to say, it sounds like this year, hearing you guys review stuff and then hearing some other folks, I almost feel like I'm okay missing out this year. That I'm okay with trying a different place and
Yeah.
a different haunt and getting a whole new experience rather than paying the big bucks to go do this and maybe go back next year and see what it's like.
I really want to go to Hollywoods at some point because I watched. So we didn't get to do The Last of Us. When was that? That was 2 years ago.
Mhm.
yes,
That was the year after we went with you, Zach, and Dixie and I only got to do half of the houses. And I watched the Florida one and the Hollywood one, and they were vastly different. Like the Hollywood one was so well done. And I mean, I guess because it's in Hollywood, they gotta you step their game up. So maybe Nerd Herd can take a trip out to the Hollywood one
Hey,
one year
I
because
would love
I'm
that.
really
I'd
curious.
be all for that. Not to mention anybody can film in Hollywood, so all of us could film the houses out
That's
there.
awesome. So, but
Nerd,
Will they
yeah,
let you out
Jason, what
there?
did you think of the scare zones? Because I really enjoyed
Uh,
two of them.
so I don't remember the name of the one that had all the pumpkins in the trees, but
Hmm.
the one that is going out by the park area where the water area is. What's that one called with all the pumpkins up in the trees, Zach?
Uh,
is that the cat
I
lady
don't have a
one?
list.
no, that
Yes,
wasn't.
okay, Cat
Oh, was
Lady
that the cat
Lane.
lady?
Yeah, I
The
love
cat lady
seeing the
one was
stories.
awesome.
Yes, that one was superb. Probably the best one.
Yeah,
That
like I
scare
would have
zone
loved that to
typically
have
is
been a
really good.
house.
Did
Yes.
either of y'all stay in that one long enough to see the show at the house?
We caught Dixie and I caught the telling of it. So Dixie and I think we went backwards. we came from the house and then we walked through the scare zone, and we were
Yes,
wondering
that's
if we were
backwards.
supposed to do it the other way.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You're
we
supposed to
caught
come from
the
New
tail
York.
end of it.
Yeah, I would have loved to gone through because we wanted to go back around. So we went through the back way, but if you go through the front way where the cat lady stories, they've got the story as you walk up a lane, and
Yeah.
you can read it, and it's really well done. That one's usually good. Like they usually have like a really good scare zone there. Mel's Diner was really cool over there with
That
the
was cool,
zombies.
yeah, with them
That
roller
was
skating and
cool.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
like little car hops. I love how they finally
we
turned that into like a mini little scare zone because they had merchandise for it. And Dixie and I was like, "Oh, that's
yes,
cool."
yes,
Yeah, everybody's
yeah.
infatuated with Mel's die-in, so it's about time they
Yeah.
Mel's
actually,
Dying.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
finally made it a
with
little
it.
bit. I mean, it wasn't a full complete scare zone. Oh, my light just died, but it was a cool little area. And then I like the masquerade one, the vampires and stuff with the masks and
Yes.
stuff like that. Yeah, Dixie
I
did
was
get
a
a male's
little.
die-in shirt.
Were you let down a little bit? I didn't think the toxic area over
Yeah.
there.
The
That
the
one
New
was
York
okay.
area.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that one
one,
was
and
okay.
see that area, it's always kind of similar each year.
Yes.
Like something caused the people to turn into freaks. You know, there was like a candy one a couple of years ago. We always go through that one during the daytime too, because we kind of
Yeah.
start up front somewhere and then we catch like 3 or 4 houses and then we kind of circle around to the back and to the Fast and the Furious area and then keep going around. And so we always go through that one during the daytime. I kind of want to go through that one at night just to see the difference, but we never do.
I was
Because we
kind of
loop all the way
disappointed
around to
that
Hollywood, and then we go through the front one just to go through it all completely, and then we pretty much leave. So
you know the one that's over there by the whatever the landing area by Fast and Furious. They usually have like
Blumhouse
zombie
characters are
dancers.
they
usually.
I
didn't
usually
really
have
this
zombie.
year. They had a couple
I
of
mean,
like pole dancers.
Well, this year was supposed to be like a club,
Yeah,
like
that's what it was.
dinner.
It was just like they had like a couple of girls like on these like poles dancing.
but they
Essentially,
were
That's not
I think
wholesome.
nothing wholesome. And I don't know. I think if you're going to go there, they need to go there and really go there. But if the ones that we saw that were up there dancing, no offense to anybody, but like it didn't really catch my eye. G-Dad might have liked it, but
He
I
wouldn't
did.
have
I
able to
did
see it.
film part of that. I need to put that together.
I
and
have
maybe
it in
post
mind
a
too. It
scare
might be
zone
out next
video.
year.
Hey, Linda. Yeah, next year is right.
Yeah, there was a DJ
I've
in
got
that
to be
area
better.
too.
Yeah.
But I liked it when they had like I think it was last year they had Megan, walking through and stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that. And
Yep. The Megan Horde popping up.
yeah, and then Megan was
I
like
wondered how
dancing
they
and
were able to
stuff,
do that.
so that was cool. But yeah, I was kind of disappointed with that area this year too.
Did either one of
Yeah.
y'all see the show?
No,
No.
we didn't.
Well, let me tell you why I didn't get to see the show. There were 14 people in our group. And so every time, and I don't recommend, we had a good time with all the people, but like when you take 14 people that are walking through the houses, 11 or 14, like every time we stopped, somebody would disappear. They were going to get a drink, going to the bathroom. And so we went over to do the show. We are going to watch the show, and it started in like, I don't know, let's say it's 30 minutes. I said, we need to get in here because it's going to fill up really quick. We got there. We could have walked straight in with our express passes. And somebody's like, well, I'm going to get a drink to take in. Then they came back. They're like, well, let me go to the bathroom real quick. And next thing you know, we start walking over there. They're like, shut, nobody else can come in. I was like, so yeah, that was tough. We wanted to watch the show. I heard it was really good, actually.
Yeah, it's really good every year. I enjoy the show when I can see it. That was what was interesting to me about going to Netherworld last night. I think that's the first haunt I've ever gone to by myself. I don't think
wow.
I've ever done a haunt by myself until last night. And
Oh, you went to Netherworld last night? Where's that?
it's Stone Mountain. So Gwinnett
Okay.
County. It's
That's
about
that big one, right? Like
Yes.
it's like yeah.
It's in a
Wait,
warehouse.
you
Like,
drove to Stone Mountain by yourself?
yeah. Chad didn't want to go with me. So
Well, I know a guy who lives in Dallas.
well, I'll tell you what's funny. Jess goes, you should call Jason and see if he wants to go. And I'm like, Jason's not going to want to go do this.
I would have 1,000% went with you last night. Probably me and Greg would have gone with you. Me and
Oh
Buster
gosh,
would
next
have
year we're
gone.
definitely doing this. So
I don't know why you don't. Listen, I don't think you like me that much, Zach. I think if you'd gone by yourself, you said, "Hey, listen, you don't have to go, but I'm going to Netherworld tonight." I'd have been like, "Zach, let's go."
like what I
Believe
love,
it or not, Zach, I like you not just on the show. I like you in person too.
well, hey, here in about, well, really, it's, I guess, almost 3 weeks, because I'm out of town this weekend. Next weekend is our school's homecoming, so I'm not doing any haunts that weekend. But the weekend after that, Friday night, I am going to one of my favorite local haunts out in Douglasville. If y'all want to come with, you can come with. And
What is that?
it is called Nightmares Gate in Douglasville, and it's three
Well,
different houses or three different trails that they have over there. One of our friends that Jess used to work with is a big contributor to that haunt, and one of their main characters. And so she hooked us up last year with tickets. I don't know if she's going to do that this year. I'm going to have to buy them. But Friday night, I'm going to go out there.
what's that date? What's that date on that?
Hold on, let me tell you, because I've got it all mapped out. It would be Friday the 24th, so the week before Halloween. So I'm going to go out there Friday night to do the haunt, and then I'm going back out there Saturday night, and she's going to do me all up in makeup, and I'm going to scare act
Oh, awesome.
there on that Saturday night. So
Oh, that's
because
awesome. Well, Zach, listen,
she's one of these big makeup effects people. Like,
Yeah.
when you see her, like, you'll see, like, I told her, I said, I want you to, like, do me up for real. Like, I don't want it to be halfway done. I don't want to just have like dirt and stuff. And like, I want to be a legit scare actor, monster, etc. That one. Look, Roxy, where did I move Nightmares Gate? Because it's Roxy, I'm pretty sure it's where it was last year, and I'm not sure the address. I just know that they aren't able to have as much stuff outside of their haunt this year that they did in the past. Some new city ordinance isn't allowing them to do as much. TCT, do you scare the kids in your neighborhood? Ty does.
I don't.
Real.
People used to scare us in my neighborhood growing up.
Zach,
Typically,
you got all your stuff. Do you have a huge big setup for like Halloween at your house?
No, we don't. We've got a few decorations that we'll put out, but we don't go a million miles on decorating by any means. We do for Christmas, but not for Halloween. We're hardly ever here in our neighborhood on Halloween. We usually go elsewhere to trick or treat with the boys and to hang out with friends. But like last year, Ty dressed up as Ghostface. He wanted to be Ghostface, and I have a video of him because he, like, before we left, kids were already trick or treating, and a group of boys, probably a couple years older than him, were coming by the house to trick or treat, or were making their way up, and he went out on our front porch in full gut and just stood as a statue. And they came up and they got candy, and they are looking at him, and like, they can't tell if he's
Real.
or if he's fake. And he's staying perfectly still, doesn't say a word, doesn't do anything. They walk off, they keep turning around, looking back, and he finally moves when they're like down by the end of the driveway and is like waving with his knife and stuff. It's the funniest video. Like, I that's why I thought he would be in love with scare acting. So he may want to try it again sometime, but
Yeah, that's going to be something you'll really, really miss, Zach. One day is you don't think about it, but like you'll your kids going trick or treating, like now you'll be like me searching for some of your friends who have young kids, so that they have like little kids, so you can kind of tag along with them, because it gets to the point where, like, like look at this right here. This is, if I can pull this up. This is.
Hold on, let me zoom. Let me make it bigger.
That's my son, and that's Jackson and Savannah, Greg's son, and that's in downtown Dallas. But like, you will cherish these little moments. Like it's so crazy. Like that's why I love having like Jesse and Justin all have little kids and you, because like I steal your kids in a way to kind of hang out and kind of be a part. But like it's so crazy to go back and look at stuff. But that stuff you'll miss is when they're little and when they get older and they don't. Because look, we did a take two, and of course Savannah wasn't there for this one, but when Josh was in high school, and Jackson was little in the same place. But yeah, so yeah, and it's one of those things where like you'll soak this stuff up in, soak it up.
Yeah, got to enjoy it while we can, because who knows when they're going to be tired of
And
dressing
then
up
you
and
take them
stuff.
to Halloween Horror Nights. You know what I mean?
But I mean, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
there you
Chad,
go.
Chad has been now, and
And now you don't have to. You can go trick or treating almost. You can do the. And one year I want to do the not so scary. Even if I'm adult, I want to do it.
not so scary is fun.
Yeah.
We enjoy the Mickey's Very Merry though more than not so
Oh, do
scary.
you really?
Yeah, we do. I'd much prefer to go then than at Halloween. I'd like to actually do all the scary stuff at Halloween. The only really thing at Halloween I enjoy is the Boo to You song, because it'll be stuck in my head forever.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
well, all right, fellas, we've been on here for about an hour and 10
Oh, wow.
minutes. Yeah.
Hold on, we got one comment here. I
Oh,
wanted to
we got a question.
show. What was your favorite costume growing up?
Oh, this is a funny story. Do you want to hear it?
They're probably all funny stories with us, but go ahead.
Okay, we were poor. Okay, very, very poor. So my mom, because we didn't have a lot of money, you either had to be a pirate or a hooker. So I had three
What if
or
you
four
were-
boys, right?
What if you
So
were a
two
pirate
people-
hooker?
No. So one year, okay, the deal was if you dressed up like a girl one year, not a hooker, but a girl, that she dressed two boys up as girls and then two boys as pirates. And so the deal was is the next year the other two would switch and then we would be that. And so let me just say I
Wow.
got stuck having to dress up like a girl twice. And before I realized I'm just gonna wear my baseball uniform because my brothers said they would do it. So yeah. Yes, I was a hooker. My mom put like eyeshadow on me. I had like I don't know. I think I had like a nightgown on. There's a picture somewhere. If I find it, I'll bring it. Let y'all
Oh, you
see
got to
it.
find that.
But and she would like take black and make her eye look like it. Well, it wasn't even a real patch. It was just a blackout eye, like a black eye with a line and a line. But yes, that was.
Well, I have to say this for me.
Wasn't my
Because
favorite. By the way.
I honestly I cannot remember too many costumes that I did
Yeah.
for Halloween. But if G-Dad is still here, if he is still awake and watching, I know that if I don't say this, he will let me have it in the chat. So I just need to go ahead and say it. It's probably Professor Plum. I dressed up as Professor Plum from Clue for Halloween when I was in like the 6th grade or so. I had a full-on purple suit that I wore and glasses, and I had a cigar pipe, like the whole deal.
That's
That
awesome.
sounds awesome.
I didn't really do costumes each year, especially once I got kind of out of elementary school. I always wanted to do Ghostbusters with some friends like they do in Stranger Things, but that never happened. But I was really big into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And so I do remember going as Raphael like a couple of years in a row
Oh
when I was really little, because Raphael was my favorite. Although Donatello's my favorite to play with in video games.
He's got
But
a long
Raphael was my
reach.
favorite.
Staff,
Yeah, long
baby.
reach. I love
Long
the
reach,
staff.
baby.
Yeah, Donatello's my favorite video game one. But
You'll learn over time that Donatello uses his mind.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't have a whole lot of favorite. I don't have a whole lot of costumes. So, but I guess the Turtles one would be my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, all right, folks. Which one of y'all wants to go first with some final words of wisdom?
I would actually maybe go last. I got something kind of I guess.
Oh,
profound,
okay.
Right? It'll be short though, but
Okay. Well, I'll lead us off again then for the second week in a row, since I never go first. So just to give you guys a look ahead at what we've got going on the channel this week, it's kind of going to be busy on the channel. I'll have our video from going to the Ghost Train tomorrow night come out at 5:30. It's already queued up and ready to go. Tuesday night, we will have a special live at 8 p.m. right after Sherman has his weekly live show. If he's doing it, if he's back in town and doing it at 7, we are going live at 8 with our friends from the Taste Buzz, and we are going to talk everything Star of the Seas because they did a week long on Star, the very first trip that Star did that was a week long, and then of course we just got off. They have 2 young girls just that are in between the boys' ages. And so we're going to be talking any and everything Star on Tuesday night. So tune into that. Yes, Jess will be live. Then I will have the Netherworld video come out on Thursday, and I will have my football show with Ron that night too. I'll be coming live to you via the car on my way down to Florida. But we will be back next week for the Nerd Herd. Same time, same place. I will be here. I'll be back from my trip by then. So y'all just be on the lookout, and thank you so much for coming tonight.
Oh goodness. So mine, I actually been thinking about a lot recently, but I guess as you get older, I'm older than these guys. Turned 52, so my birthday was this last week, and so I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, they said, "Do you feel like you're getting older?" I said, "No." I said, "But I know that there are a lot of things that I've already done, things that I will do or have done for the very last time, just as you get older." And so I was thinking about how all the things Zach does, and my wife are actually talking about watching Zach's videos today. Is that I'm glad that my son still likes to go on vacation with us and still does things with us, but just even with friends, with family, just soak up this time you have. You do not know, how long you have, and so you just gotta take time to make sure you soak all that stuff in, and then just being present with friends, being present with family, because as you do get older, unfortunately that time it dwindles down. So that's why I really appreciate you guys, you young guys, keeping me even younger by doing stuff like this, and it just has me thinking a lot about, like, I need to even do more than I already do, just to increase the impact or the memories, because again, you don't get everything back, So anyway, just I encourage you guys to take that time with your friends and family, and really try to create those memories, because your kids, the kids right now, they might not appreciate it right now, but when they get older, they will. So anyway, y'all have a great week. Look forward to seeing y'all next week.
Jason stole my thunder. No. No, but I was gonna say something very similar to that. So just being serious for a moment, all jokes aside, one of my coworkers at school passed away on Friday. And so that just, whenever stuff like that happens, that just always, as we get older, put some things into perspective. So I'm always on here saying, spend time with people that you love and care about. I mean, you never know. And I think Jason kind of touched on that, when you might not, see those people again. And I always, tell you guys, make time to go on vacation, go on trips, spend time with family and friends. Even if you can't afford to do something big and elaborate, try to do some stuff, take some time away from work, because at the end of the day, my coworker that just passed away, in a few weeks, or so, he's going to be replaced at work, but those memories that you make with other people, that time that you spend with them, those are the things that other people are going to remember, even after you're gone, and you get to, while you're here, make the best of it, spend as much time as you can doing things that you enjoy. So yeah, like I said, Jason kind of stole part of that, but that's what I really wanted to talk about, because that's been on my mind today, because I just found out today about him passing away on Friday. And so just keep his family in your thoughts and prayers, and you guys have a great week, and we will see you guys next Sunday.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. as stealing Raymond's lines again. You could have been anywhere in the world on this Sunday night, but you decided to hang out with your boys for about an hour and a half, and we truly appreciate that. We love coming together and talking to each other and talking to all of you, and we hope you get as much entertainment out of this as we do. But as we said, same bat time, same bat channel next Sunday night, 7:00. Cam Fam might be back. They are off this week. They are enjoying a cruise, so we'll see if they're back and following us next week. Otherwise, we'll see y'all around the channels.
And what's your why?
See ya.